Alright, this is episode 7 of the Rik N Nik at Night podcast.
What up, boys and girls?
I still really have a really squeaky chair.
Yeah, put some lube on that thing, man.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's new? What's new in the world of Rik N Nik, man? I feel like I have I feel like I have some like stories to tell.
You have a plethora of things.
Dude, I mean, I don't know like how deeply I want to dive into the smut that is my life.
Well,
but it's probably entertaining.
oh, it's 180,000% entertaining. But
Maybe.
I feel like maybe we should just think about everything with like just make up fake names for things.
Right. Okay.
Because then you're not throwing anyone out of the bus.
Sure. All right. Well, I mean, I kind of, well, I feel like a lot of our pod is the fact that, we divulge in the party lifestyle from time to time. You know.
I've been known to do that.
Yeah, and like sometimes I go a little bit harder some weeks than other weeks. And this last week I went pretty fucking hard. And so I
didn't see you for 3 days.
No, I work. I don't know if you guys know this. If you're like devoted fans of our podcast, but I work at a hotel, and sometimes I just sneak around and slyly sneak into rooms at the hotel, and then leave in the morning before anyone knows that I was there. But sometimes some of the housekeepers see me leave.
These are rooms without anyone in them.
And I feel like I have like a understanding with some of the people that I work with that like I'm just a complete, like half homeless, half hobo, guy. They don't know what my situation is.
Sometimes get dropped off by the dude in the Camry.
Yeah, they know I don't have they know I don't have a car, so they might assume I don't have a house either. Like, for all they know.
Little they know, dude.
Dude,
we have a dope ass house.
I know exactly. All I can say is one of my housekeepers today just came up to me out of nowhere and gave me a hug. And like you would think that'd be like a good thing, but it made me feel really scared because I was like, dude, she must know something I don't. Like, am I getting fired soon?
Does it hit out on you?
Like, she just like gave me a hug out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my god, like, have the chickens come home to roost?
Some Skoola gang has put out a hit on you, dude.
She's like, our Mexican soup can no longer feed you.
Yeah. You
are going to get fired because of your dirty deeds. But anyways,
I mean, if I knew who you were, I would keep you around for the sole fact of that, like you, like when people are always like in mafia movies, they always like they boast like their character boasts like, I'm a fixer, I'm a grease guy, I make things work, I make things happen. Yeah. Like you are the closest thing to that I literally have ever encountered.
Well, I mean, I
hope you take that as a compliment.
I do that at my own
because
job.
you just make things happen. Like, there's never been a time where like if you've ever like done anything that was dumb, where like we were like fuck, like we're all fucked now. It was like oh whatever. Like we got this. Like I have a fucking a Uber XL coming already. And I'd be like, how the fuck did you orchestrate this? Why you were fucked up so bad?
Yeah.
But you do...
Dude,
like
it's a certain sort of survival technique.
I know, but
it's like what cockroaches are able to do.
It's not... No, don't relate yourself to that on that level, but... You're like you are a fixer. Like, you've never, like, left me hung out to dry.
Well, I mean... Wait, can I be real with the pod right now with you guys? I've always this is like really weird, but I've always in a sense glorified like people that like were homeless or just like in dire
like nomads?
In dire situations, cuz I feel like I shine when I'm like backed up against a wall. You know what I mean? And so like the other day, for example,
you're stranded on an island.
Yeah, like I feel like I could do some Tom Hanks survivalist shit and like befriend a volleyball for my own well-being. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's a good thing. Like I think I put myself into those situations. I'm not saying that like, you know, I found myself, you know, in a Vons trying to keep warm behind a Super Bowl, like setup of like, you know, Coke products, and I was hiding in it for 2 hours, and I fell asleep. But I'm saying like, yeah, I put myself in that situation, but you know, sometimes you just gotta have the confidence to just go for it. You know, you just gotta go for it, and you know, say like, hey, if I fuck up, then who cares? But might as well just take that shot, I guess. You know, I'm not proud.
You don't regret it.
I'm not proud of those things, but I think it's a good life skill too. You know, like I think being able to be like land on your feet is kind of what it really comes down to.
Like yeah, you
can apply that to a lot of situations.
You don't have to be a cat to land on your feet.
Yeah.
Which, like, AKA cats are usually pretty successful because, like, they don't do shit and they live dope lives.
Right.
And so, you don't have to be a cat to land on your feet.
Yeah, but even if you aren't a cat, you want to acquire those cat tactics.
Or, yeah.
Or
at least strategy.
Yeah.
General strategy.
I mean, if there's a will, there's a way, dude.
Because I don't buy in on, like, that they land on their feet every time. Like,
yeah, but, I mean, dude, a cat could, like, jump out of, like, a 20-foot tree and not break any bones. Whereas, like, what other animal can do that?
Me, after, like, 6 or 7 Bud Light.
You just tuck and roll, dude?
Yeah. I'll look for the biggest patch of leaves.
The Michelob Ultras?
And just hope that there's no fucking branches under there. And I will roll my way to fucking freedom and viral fame. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you could pull that off. If anyone
like
could.
That's actually kind of, I guess it's actually kind of like a sad trademark of our society is that people are like now, like, when they do something crazy, they might be like, dude, like, think about, like, instead of, like, them being like, dude, God, I'm gonna miss you, Mom and Dad, they're like, dude, if I make it, like, 38 million views for sure.
I know.
In the first day.
You know what makes me sad, man?
It's kind of sad.
I feel like people are getting way worse at telling stories because they just film everything and they'd rather show than tell. You know? So it's like, if I had, like, the craziest thing ever happen to me in my life, like, oh, I was at a baseball game and I caught a fucking home run ball and, like, you know, the whole team came and fucking dogpiled me or something. Like, to me, the best part of that would be telling that story to someone. Whereas nowadays, it's like, oh, dude, if you caught it on film, you don't have to fucking tell that story. You just show them what happened. And you don't have to, like, turn it into a oral tradition in your life. You just fucking have it on this thing, and then you, like, show it, and then it's done. You know? But it's like, remember growing up when we were kids, like the best thing were, like, when our dads would tell us some, like, crazy story about them growing up.
Yeah, they'd be like, hey, do you remember when I knocked out fucking cousin Peter's tooth or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
They would that's not recorded on any film.
Yeah.
That's part of when you whenever you get a chance of watching Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson's podcast.
Yeah.
He talks about how a lot of the early fights that he watched, like, cause think about, like, what would Mike Tyson watch on YouTube? Right. Like, there's not a lot. He wouldn't be looking up anyone. There's no one really else. He's not, like, typing in people. Yeah. And the only, like, recorded fights were on, like real like what's it called, like 38 millimeter, like whatever they used to have in like old school cinema, like cinemas.
Yeah.
And it was almost to a point where I think Joe Rogan makes a point of like, if you didn't see it when it happened, you will never see it.
Yeah.
There used to be an era of that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's fascinating of any sport.
Sure.
And that was in like 1938.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's fascinating to me that that there's that era of like, if you weren't there to see that fucking game,
right?
It's
it's
done.
But those are the games that I feel like you hear about. Well, I mean, one day you might not, because like who knows when people will stop caring about shit like that. But like the shot heard around the world, like Willie Mays basket catch, like fucking, you know, the Immaculate Conception reception and shit. It's like people talk about it more than they base the visual of it, you know. But nowadays it's like, because everything's just so overly recorded and shit, like I mean, I don't know. I think sports needs to have all right, yo, Nick is just fucking slobbing down some mac and cheese as per requested by me, because I heard him mixing it up and it felt like it was,
holy shit,
it was like oh dude, that was a huge forkful, bro. Yo, you might want to make sure you chew all that down, man. That looks like it could cause a minor contusion.
We're good.
Oh shit.
So I was like, where are you? Fucking PA is worse.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying...
I mean to take away from your story.
No, I'm not talking shit on the fact that we film everything. But I think that... I hope that the oral history of sports, and not only sports, but just like all things, is like, dude, storytelling is a vital part. And that's why I think people love podcasts and shit, you know? You want to hear someone like tell you a good ass story. Tell you a fucking, in verbal form, some relation of some interesting, cool, funny thing that happened to them, and not just a fucking Instagram picture of some shit. You know what I mean?
Especially when all you're doing right now, so like, not to get too like deep with it, but like, especially when all you're doing right now is like making a living. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, but like, all you like, if you're just making a living and listening to things.
Yeah.
What up, Kev?
Yo.
Hey, Uncle Kev up in the mix.
Is that tiny? Yeah. You don't have to close it. Just make sure. Yeah. That way.
Block out the piss.
Yeah. No piss sounds. But so you get what I mean. Like, so, I mean, it's like, it makes a difference, especially when it's like you're in a situation to like inspire not only like the same people that are already your fans, or also the people who are able to just put in iPod headphones when they're working. Obviously, I mean, this is like a weird, far-fetched scenario, but like like brain surgeons aren't allowed to throw in earbuds and put on like the new Drake CD just because it gets them like really in tune with like doing brain surgeries. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's like, so there's a whole different like dynamic to podcasts. I don't think, that's why I think they don't resonate as much to anyone who's in any kind of I don't know, what would you even consider, in your opinion, the high class? Let's ask Kevin. Can we open that? Will you open that real quick? I'm gonna ask him.
Hey, Kev.
Kev, you want to weigh in a question?
We got a question for you.
What would you consider high class? I'm gonna say $80,000 or more individually. Like,
no, high class is it's not about money. It's about being entered into the right places.
That's actually really
Like,
sadly.
I
That's
went to
sadly
the, I
really
went to
true.
the Miami Pool Club. I'd be pretty cool.
What the hell's that?
I have no idea.
So you
I
mean
just
like
made it
a
up.
place you could spend all the money in the world, but you will never be like that cool?
Well, you could be a fucking loser and hang out in a really dope spot, like Paris Hilton.
Dude, damn, that's really. That's
Well,
really-
or you could be like the best black golf player ever and not be allowed into like certain golf clubs, but just because Tiger Woods
Yeah.
like broke those barriers,
But-
or like a woman golfer, or like an Indian golfer, like you know, dude, golfing in general has like a pretty white stigma
Why are you
about
hating
it.
on my sport?
Well, no, I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying like it's good that it's been opened up to much more shit because some barriers have been broken.
It took them a long time.
Oh, sure it did. And I'm not, I know why. It's because it's like a rich man sport, you know? Same with tennis, dude.
Volleyball's dope.
Dude,
Same with fucking baseball, dude. Like Jackie Robinson broke down barriers, man. That fool changed the world.
black people are gonna discover that they're really good at volleyball and tennis.
Well,
And they're
there's
just
already
gonna-
Venus and
They're
Serena.
gonna take over that sport. Well, besides Serena.
Yeah.
Don't let like the two of them know.
Yeah. What? Dude. All right, Kev. Later on, bud. We'll save your wisdom
The
for later.
season finale, I'm almost done with it.
What are you watching?
Hey, Dexter.
Your mom's house.
Dexter.
Okay. Enjoy your show.
He's watching Dexter. The reason I can't hate on Dexter is a lot of the girls that I've dated who've given the best head have watched Dexter. That's like their favorite show.
So, would you say it's like a complete like correlation?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
That's a little bit strange.
It's
you know?
enough of a thing to where I noticed. I picked.
So do you just go on like Dexter forums to look for like new girlfriends?
I should, but I don't. For both, just peace of mind and
Yeah, girls love serial killer shows. That's for sure. They sure do.
they do. Yeah.
So I took a lady with me back to my hotel last night. Not last night, a couple nights ago. And it was a strange interaction. I'm not gonna say it wasn't weird. I mean, you know, I feel like at the end of the day we all got what we were looking for. She was just looking for a dude to house her, you know, her strange needs for the night, and I obliged. And then, you know, weirdness ensued. We took a lot of showers. She told me things about myself that I never fathomed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I felt this was supposed to go, but it felt really meaningful to me in the moment. But it can't be really put into words why it was meaningful. She told me she was like she told me stuff about my dick that I have never heard before. Just weird like ways of describing it.
like topography.
Like she was using like a lot of metaphors and analogies. Like, I mean, I felt like we're good for me, but also maybe so specific that it was also a little bit of an insult too. I don't know. It was like a very double-edged sword.
You know the Heimlich, right? Richard's gonna like die right now.
It's like
Continue on, killer dog. You're killing me.
it was like comparing. She was like, I don't even want to get into it because it's too embarrassing. Like I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm really drunk and I'm still unsure of divulging all of the ins and outs of these phrases and terms.
All it's been is he and she.
Yeah, so we'll just keep it PG-13.
It's already PG-13. Yeah, there's been some breasts, and then we've said fuck a lot.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was a verifiable fuck fest, like for sure.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, but then it ended up being more of like a cuddle fest afterwards.
Wholesome.
Yeah, so it was like a wholesome experience.
A wholesome gangbang.
Yeah, a gangbang of 2. But like many more had come before me, so it was, I guess, kind of a gangbang. Just they beat me to the punch. She was a prostitute, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Alright, that was it for the first segment. We're gonna take a second, like a little break real quick. And we're back after I'm not even close to eating all this macaroni and cheese.
Oh, you've got a lot. You got a big bowl.
I'm gonna fucking die, dude.
Wait, Nick, I have a question for you, dude. So I know there's like a whole, the whole world of ASMR, which I am aware that it exists, but I'm not really too, I'm not too like privy into the ins and outs of all the details around it.
The crime, the debauchery,
well,
the scandals.
So here's the thing, and I know that there's okay. Hear me out. I know there's this. There's also this thing called mukbang, right?
Dude, that's
where it's like fat people just eating food.
It's not fat people
or whatever it is.
And mukbang is not anything like ASMR at all. Like it could be, you could maybe like. But you could pair it with it.
Yeah, that's my question. Could you pair the two? You want to pair the sensation of hearing someone eating and chewing food.
I know, but it's so different, dude. Like, okay, so like for instance, like, you ever like? So here, I'll just dive head in.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go deep, dude.
I'm going super deep right now.
Might as well.
Take a shot.
Yeah, let's go for it.
What a savage beast. Jerry's so very squeaky. For me, you ever remember like the first time like you like there's certain like sounds, and I mean I'm assuming that with VR technology and all of the new technology that's just going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Smells and other things like that are not they're not out of reach right now.
Sure.
They're probably in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But like ASMR kind of assimilates to like, I'm using all these technical words, but it's like just basically like that feeling of like playing catch, like that sound of like when like I've actually always thought that a sports ASMR, and you've heard it here first. There's probably been other people who said it, but I think a sports ASMR would be crazy.
Recreate
where-
those like lost moments with your dad that you never had.
Well, yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about you. I'm
No,
talking
I
about
know,
myself.
and not to get into like not to desensitize that with the realm of comedy. I'm just saying the thing like I love about ASMR is like I've remembered like laying down with a girl that I thought I was in love with, and like her like just the sound of like her nails just like whether they were like done up or not, just like the sound, like the feeling and the sound of just like her like going up and down your back while you're just lamping and chilling. Like it feels really good, and it's not even like it's not anything masochistic about it at all, like or misogynistic about it at all, because of the fact that it's like. The only times I ever remember it is when it was like we thought this was what like being in love was.
Yeah. Well, we're getting to a place in our world where we're recreating sensations instead of experiencing them firsthand.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you might never have had that sensation, but you want to hear and feel and smell and have all the senses of like young love or something, right? Like for me, for example, like I could say I never fucking got laid until I was in college, and I always was a very horny kid, clearly, or whatever. And I was trying to like bang young girls, whatever. That as you're a young guy, that's what you want to do. But I didn't have the fucking swag or the game to pull that off. But I mean, imagine if there is like instead of a video game, there's some version of a thing called, losing your virginity at 15, at ASMR. And it's like
€15.
Yeah, and it's like you pay for it and you get not only the sounds, but you maybe have, some other technology that does other shit.
You don't know what ASMR is because you just use that in reference.
Well, no, I know.
Because that's the thing is that everyone thinks that that's what ASMR is. ASMR is just simply like...
No, it's a very specific thing. No, I know.
It's you have to use like... pretty high, even just running a Yeti mic through a really nice mixer would barely be able to mimic the full sound, like the full spectrum of a head. Yeah. They actually literally have microphones that look like heads.
Yeah.
And ears and whatnot. and it mimics all the sounds. Everything's weighed the same way.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
But the thing is, I'm not saying that ASMR is all about sex or whatever, but I'm saying that it takes a certain sense to its like upper echelon of stimulation, which is sound, and if you take that and apply it to like other senses, that's kind of like the logical. Sort of progression of, what technology can possibly provide for people who want to feel something in their room by themselves. You know what I mean? Like I want to get touch, I want to get fucking sound, I want to get fucking everything.
So you've heard of like Elon Musk's, like when he was on the Joe Rogan show about how he said we're kind of doing artificial intelligence work for them.
Yeah.
By giving them all this data, like, hey, this is kind of how people have, like, they're like, hey, Snapchat face filters are hilarious, but, like, they don't realize that it's literally is face mapping.
Yeah.
Regardless of if you actually want to go crazy and think, oh, this is getting sent directly to someone bad. It's not. Like, I don't think at all that we're...
Yeah, it just adds to
I don't
technology.
I don't think they're in any type of peril. I just think that we're just kind of feeding something that we don't understand. But I did recently. I was watching in one aspect, if not two, but the first aspect that I thought was fascinating is, despite the human, the human mind can process things. I think it's like a thousandth of the fact or of the speed that computers can right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's something crazy, like it's something really bad. Like we don't compare it at all.
Right.
But there's one thing that we beat them at occasionally in simulations is smell.
Yeah.
Identifying a smell.
Yeah.
Because we have memories tied to it. We have
smell is hella nostalgic for me.
Exactly.
For everyone.
But I think that's kind of fascinating that there is certain aspects that machines are going to take a lot longer to figure out because they're not going to understand what a gardenia smells like, what a red rose, what a pink rose smells like, what does champagne smell like, all these kinds of things, because they have to, even though they can move 1,000 steps ahead of us, they have to. All that means is they fact check something 1,000 times faster than us.
Right.
So they'll be like, "Oh, is this what he smelled on his first wedding day? Is this And they're checking all these crazy random things, and that's so basically, I don't know. I just thought it was fascinating to think of that we have one of our senses we at least have locked down.
Yeah.
For now.
You know what I think is funny? Something
so
that
fuck AI. We smell. We're gonna stink up your whole joint.
Well, dude, something that I think is funny is how people okay, there's the whole Matrix thing where we create AI where we have to start feeling bad for them for being able to experience things and not be actually human or whatever. Well, maybe they're sad that they can't really experience the full emotions of life. But I think at the same time, dude, animals that exist already feel very close approximations to what we can in terms of emotions and stuff, like dogs and fucking cows and cats
Don't mention
and shit.
Dog,
so it's
why? I don't listen to this.
No, but it's
this is propaganda.
No, why would you feel sorry for robots before you feel sorry for fucking animals, dude? That's the quintessential human thing. It's our creations are feeling sad. We have to care about them. What about all the animals that we've fucking destroyed on this planet for so long that already feel pretty much close to us, dude? I don't know.
It is something that I feel silly bringing it up while I'm already, a couple of drinks deep.
Sure.
And a little bit into it. But you just spurred a thought in my mind that is something that I've always thought about where, so in the morning when you wake up and you stretch, you just do a deep stretch, just woke up in the morning and all of a sudden you get that crazy knife. It feels like a knife in your foot, cramp.
Actually, a Charlie horse.
Yeah, Charlie horse, in the center of the arch of your foot.
Yeah.
Literally, I swear, I shit you not. I swear to God, anyone who's listening, you ever experience that feeling? Literally, get up, and then. Obviously, you don't just immediately put your weight on it, but stand up on it and and right yourself with it. That'll go away instantaneously, and it's an actual weird scientific oddity or biological oddity of our mind, where basically it's basically our mind saying it's a muscle that wants to give out in a certain scenario, and then our mind saying, no, dude, you have plenty of shit going, you just woke up, why the fuck would you not be able to support it, and so don't be a bitch. But you have to initiate that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's fascinating because it works. I swear to God, the next time you get a fucking leg cramp, a foot cramp or anything, make it have to carry weight. Like don't ram your body into it, but just be like, all right, well, I need you to pick me up. Your body will just do it because it's not gonna fall. It's like calling the brain's bluff. And I remember like a psychologist that I really liked would always say how there's a lot of scenarios where it almost does seem like your mind is calling your body's bluff. They're like kind of like, oh, like are you really tired? Or are you just like tired?
Right.
Kind of thing. And that goes into so many realms of fitness. That goes into all kinds of things.
Well, dude, there was like a whole show about people who like put their bodies into like extreme circumstances and shit. So like there was like a thing where a dude was like falling off of a fucking cliff or something, and like a rock fell on him, and it was like 500 pounds, and he basically like bench pressed the whole fucking rock off of his body, and in the meantime destroyed all of the tendons and muscles in his arms by just thrusting this fucking thing off him, because he's like, if I don't do this right now, I'm gonna die. So he just did it, and then like his arms were ruined, but he had like superhuman strength because it was like he was thrown into a do or die sort of one moment situation.
And I know that there was the guy with the pocket knife who had a similar story.
Yeah, 127 hours.
No, but we're gonna go back to the guy you're talking about. Dude, if you're in that situation that you were just talking about, like, dude, imagine if you were like DJ Premier and you were able to get him into the booth like within 12 hours of all of that.
That's the thing, though. That's.
I feel like that's what makes or breaks hip hop.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Oh, it's
right?
like how.
Yep.
How. I wish you could apply being great as to also just surviving, because sometimes surviving is just
Boulders.
It's like, dude, say if like Method Man just came into like the room right now and he's like, Rick. Spit me the best.
He did once.
He's like, Rick, spit me the best freestyle you ever could, right now. Like that would kind of be like almost like a fucking survival mode for me, because I'd be like, if I fuck this up, that'd be the biggest fuck up of my whole life.
Like survival mode, like dough cotton in the taillights, or like mountain lion and I have a double barrel.
Well. No, I mean, it's basically like
those are two different survival instincts. There's like I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and like, oh man, this motherfucker has a double-barreled shotgun, and I also want to get out the fuck out of here, but I don't know if I'm this fast.
No, I mean, if you are confronted by something where you're challenged to perform at a high and elite level.
It's like the Olympics.
It's like when Chad and JT were talking about doing their pulls and cleans in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Same shit.
Yeah, well,
we've
all done that.
Well, no, I haven't. Like, I mean, but if you're confronted by like a hero of yours to perform at a really crazy level, like, can you do it? And does that have to do with your ability, or does it have to do with your ability to be motivated in an extreme situation?
I don't know. Like, at what lengths would you go to for a Klondike bar? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, really, it comes down to what kind of lawyers you have. And what time of the year it is to where, like, you can get an appointment with them.
Well, that makes sense, too.
And I feel like that's, like, really what kind of diffuses the whole argument. Like, what would you do to get a Klondike bar? Yeah, I wouldn't do a lot to get a Klondike bar, like, the first of the year.
Why the first of the year, though?
That's when I told her it was over. Nah. But seriously, though. Like, who invented that? Like, they're like, hey, let's get the first of the month, man.
It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up. Dude, fucking Bone Thugs plays in slow a lot, actually. It's kind of funny. I've seen him like 3 times here.
It is the perfect little destination drop off.
Yeah, well, it's
a nice spot, dude. That's why a lot of people bang whores at your hotel. So, I'm eating a bunch of mac and cheese right now. I don't even know, really, what my intentions are at the end of the night. Other than finishing all of this mac and cheese. I'm not that funny when I don't have Rik around. Kind of sucks. But, you know, you just kind of chill out, and you just wait for your homies to come back in, and then when your homies come back in, it's all cool. What's up, homie?
What's up, dude?
I was just telling the world about how hard it is to monologue.
Yeah, monologuing is great. I love monologuing. No, it's actually really tough.
It's really tough.
No, dude, the best though, actually, not to always ring up Chad and JT, but like they're so fucking funny, is there's that one situation where Chad had to monologue for like fucking like 4 minutes, and it was actually really funny because he struggled, but it was still good. I think the thing is, you know, if people, not everything everyone's gonna say is always gonna be funny or entertaining, but I think you build a rapport with your audience based on your, you know, the way that you can connect with people, you know?
And yeah, as long as you can keep the comments about the Jews being involved in 9/11 and pretty much everything else down.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. It's a big factor.
Global warming. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Well, kind of. I know what global warming is, folks, but you know, not in the Jews don't know it. Even like, aren't you kind of Jewish?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm partially Jewish.
Can you hear me as a Jew?
But I'm not part of the conspiracy, if that's what you're asking about.
No, I'm not asking you if you're hiding gold under you. Though I have looked.
Well, I can tell you my Jewish extents.
I want to see. Oh yeah.
Let me tell you. Let me prove to you.
How many skyscrapers do you have named after you, you Jew?
Yeah. No, I don't have money in banks. I have a grandma who was like partially Jewish, but she was English. She was taken to the hillsides during the bombings in World War II. She was a war bride, and then she birthed my 2 uncles and my dad, 3 brothers. One of them married a very Jewish lady. So
is that 2 truths and a lie?
No. So I'm not actually like.
You're not the lie.
I don't know. Like I'm a fucking mutt, man. I'm Armenian. I'm Jewish. I'm Russian.
I'm English. I know that you're a mutt.
I'm Irish. I'm Norwegian.
It's an attractive quality.
I'm Swedish. Like, It's a lot of white stuff, really. It's like all the white things from all around Europe, pretty much. But, yeah, I don't have like I don't have a ethnicity or a country that I have any kind of allegiance to. And I don't have any kind of culture.
You've got a Bruce Willis eyeline. You've got like bone eyeline structure. You've got a strong fucking. Also, I'd honestly say again, Brad Pitt, and it's gonna come right in there hard. It's coming in there beefy. And then thing is if you just worked on it, you could have anyone's chin that you wanted. And I think that's the thing. That's like the thing that I guess where I'm going at with this is that I just want to talk to you about your chin, man. You have this magnificent. You have this. It's like almost like the ending.
It's like the Joker chin.
It's no. Don't even put Heath in here. He's not. He's not a part of this.
Oh, Heath.
You have this like going into the Death Star chin, and I just want to know where we're gonna shoot the bomb out of the X-wing, and I want to know who is your R2-D2.
Dude, I want to shoot it hard.
And yeah, I mean it's a deep question that's been on a lot of people's minds.
Oh man, that's funny shit. Well,
it's really hard to say things like that without closing your eyes because I wanted to laugh so well.
Yeah, without your eyes bulging out of your fucking eye sockets.
Look at this guy, hold on. Kevin, tell me something fun. Tell me something fun.
Dude, I love that we have a fucking podcast that just is able to capture just, passing drunkenness. And it's all, we're just all just kind of existing on this spectrum. But then we got Kevin over here who's just kind of like taking the piss out of everyone.
And do you know that feeling of when you're in the ocean and you can do a little bob and tread and it feels way better because you're in the ocean, so you're more buoyant.
Yeah.
And so you're just this is effortless. I feel like Phelps in 20. I feel like Phelps in 2008.
You're just doing. You're lapping.
Yeah. I feel like who is Michael Flock or whatever. Who is that fuckboy with the weird CHE thing going on for him? Phelps changed everything. I don't fucking care what you want to say.
Dude, he did.
What's up, fuckboy?
Hey,
Phelps
up, guy?
Phelps changed everything.
Dude, this is your always constant critique of me is scoot over. How about you just fucking can sit over here? You can take the couch if you want, but
I'm comfortable as fuck. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand and make you fucking taste my dick. That's what I want.
I stank. I mean, that actually honestly would probably sell for a lot.
No,
hey, do you want Victor Oladipo?
Oh, he's out for the season. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I'll make you a 3-way trade right now.
Dude, your team is crashing and burning right now.
Yeah, hope your team goes down the one that Will Smith didn't find.
What are you guys talking about?
Independence Day.
We're talking about sports.
Well, I'm just referencing the documentary Independence Day where Will Smith...
My team, how I'm always right there in first.
Anything...
For like,
You're the, hey,
3 years.
Hey, did you also know that I actually have textual evidence that you're also the last one in not paying your buy-in?
Yeah.
No denials there.
I'll pay my buy-in once you guys give me bills.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
I should do that.
Is that a contingency?
It's not held by a gun, but I'm just saying.
What if I just pooped?
So
What if I just pooped in your lap aggressively?
Then I'd hit you in the face.
Actually, I'm poop shy, so you have nothing to fear.
Oh, if any person tried to poop in my lap, I'd probably try to kill them.
Mid poop. See, I feel like throwing.
What if it was like the girl of your dreams?
Can you imagine?
If Scarlett Johansson tried to poop in my face, I'd knock that bitch out.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
You would fucking kiss her on the mouth.
But, I mean, imagine swatting away poops.
You would make love to her fucking mouth with your face.
I would do that too.
I would make a love to her mouth with my face.
Yeah.
You'd make a little ultra.
Well, I mean, she made me. She made me eat her
pile of
food.
shit
Okay,
on
wait,
your
alright.
fucking
She made me eat
chest.
her
Wow,
food.
that's a rough one. Even Zasa's like kind of scared.
Yeah, right.
I like her just looking there like a proud
Did you get drunk tonight, bud?
No, I'm a sober ober.
Hey, can I avenge my foosball loss?
You want to play food? Wait, what do you mean? What was your foosball loss?
A couple of nights ago, you and Nick beat me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that
we
at all.
fucking crushed him.
I don't
No,
remember
you
that
didn't
at all.
crush. No, you came back.
No,
I was-
crushed you.
No,
was
I was
that?
winning.
We
I
crushed
was
him.
winning the whole time, and then you guys came back because you actually made some really good plays.
I don't remember that like at all. Was this is recently?
It's like 3 days ago. I don't know. something like
Wow! Holy shit! 3 days ago. I don't know where I was 3 days ago.
Days-
we.
that. Days are like
Yeah, this is
same.
like a whole weird time lapse.
You can just throw all that on the side if you want to sit down. You fuck
Yeah,
boy.
no, you better
No,
not.
I
You
don't
can-
understand.
you can
I
sit
just
on
want
my-
to
you
like
can sit on
see
my
where
bed.
everything is.
Yeah, don't sit down next to me. I'm not trying
Dude,
to have
look,
it.
hey, dude, look at what Zaza did, dude. She created a prison shank. You guys would appreciate this. For her.
Wait, so
tenacity.
your cat created
Hey.
a shank?
I sent you a trade for James Harden.
Yeah,
I'm sure you did.
I had a cat make a prison shank out of my shit. So, there's the fucking original.
Holy shit. Looks like it was whittled.
See, Zaz? Look at that shit, dude. James Dufresne would love this shit. I should just throw this right into Kevin's crotch. I'm too nice of a person.
Busted open.
Kevin, will you just respect how crazy, how unreasonably sharp this is? So Zaza broke this. It's the stand for my second mic. Look at that shit. Watch out. Just be careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking glass.
Well, it's only glass if someone falls on it. So it shouldn't be on the ground in your room.
Or should it?
I'm not putting it on my ground on my room. I'm not like going like, hey guys.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
sometimes landmines were meant to be set.
Sometimes sneaker walls are a good thing. Hey, you know what? I want to give you a present. Sneaker balls. For you
Oh, shit.
and the
Oh, wow.
family that you might have
Hey,
someday.
one day, yeah, I'll
Let's
be,
have some sneaker balls.
Oh, you for sure already have a family. You should know about it.
You can give them to Kevin if you don't have a family.
Oh, I nutted inside that lady.
Don't open up your fucking Tropicana in here. Set it down first.
Alright, let's go play fucking.
Are we settling this
Foosball.
beef?
Let's play foosball. Yeah.
Foosball. Let's do the
Dude,
spot.
hey,
Hey, fuck all of you guys.
Hey,
I wish I could take back both of my trays with you guys.
Whatever.
You already regret that one too?